You're listening to Wisdom of One.
Nowhere to hide and nowhere to run. You got a charisma of 20, but a wisdom of 1.
You guys are no fun. All right, well, I searched the rest of the cavern really quickly to steal all the shit.
There is a very putrefied corpse right in the middle of all the battle area.
Pick up some goo and throw it at Dagon.
Other than that, there's a lot of spider silk all over the place, but not much else. So I assume you searched the miner?
Yeah, I searched the miner.
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
Sweet.
Natural plus whatever the rest of my search is.
So he has 5 gold pieces.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will share. He has a cloth strip, or a cloth square rather, with a really crudely drawn, I mean, it looks like a map, but it doesn't look like roads or anything. You can't really make out what it is, but it's clearly a map of some sort.
Nice.
And he has a pouch hanging from his belt, and inside is a very heavy, small nugget of metal.
Ooh, nugget.
And go ahead and roll perception.
9?
It's way heavier than it should be, and it was clearly important to this miner, but you have no idea why.
It's mine.
Okay.
Get it?
Yes.
Yeah, keep swinging. You'll hit at some point.
What are you doing with these possessions that you've found?
I would definitely like to investigate the map.
Investigation, I guess?
All right. Oh, it's a map.
Okay. Yeah, who knows? It's got a bunch of lines and stuff. Who knows what the hell it is? So, Skankro, when you were doing that, are you actively trying to hide what you found?
Of course.
Or are you just picking it up and looking at it?
No, I'm hiding. I'm not going to tell these fools what I have. What's wrong with you?
So go ahead and do a sleight of hand to see if anyone noticed you getting these things.
Book of random.
Book of random.
Positive or negative?
Negative.
Awesome.
As you were trying to ever so slightly behind your back tuck them into you drop them both onto the floor. So the map goes fluttering to the ground, and the small metal ore piece hits the ground and starts rolling.
And the 5 gold pieces.
What 5 gold pieces?
Clang, 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 all over the ground. Kaylee said, Skankra, what are you doing? We're supposed to share all the stuff that we find.
Uh-huh. Yeah, what did you have that you didn't share with us?
Nothing.
Well, then I have nothing.
Okay. Runnis says,
Skankro, what is the metal piece there on the ground? I don't recognize it.
I have no idea. It's a metal piece. I mean, what metal piece?
Why don't you look at it through the spanner?
Oh my god. Yeah, all right.
Dagon, go ahead and roll perception.
Perception.
I didn't perceive that I knew what a spanner was, so.
I just perceive like a big hairy knuckle rubbing sleepy seeds out of my eye.
Okay. All right.
It wasn't like a Book of Random.
No.
but-
Okay. The spanner has 3 tubes with 3 different colored lenses. A yellow lens, a purple lens, and a red lens. Which one do you want to look at through first?
Oh, purple first, obviously.
Okay.
Try sticking it in your nose first. You can smell what it is.
So you look through the purple lens, and it is eye-piercingly bright. It's hard to look at as you look through the lens.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's try the yellow one.
Nothing. Although, as you scan around, you can see a faint glow around Kaylee's knives that she's holding. You can see a strong glow on Runnis's hammer and a couple other pieces on his person.
Oh.
Dagon's dagger is definitely glowing a nice faint glow.
Ooh, interesting. All right.
And what about the random thing that I pulled out?
Oh, yes. Out of the pouch is glowing a pretty firm, bright glow.
Okay.
Glowy pouch.
Yeah, to the red lens.
You look through the red lens, and suddenly you're seeing like predator vision. You see footprints left over from when people had walked on the ground as it's slowly cooling.
Ooh, neat. So, Runnis, you think you could turn this into some sort of a super weapon that I would only use for good?
I don't know what it is. I've never seen it.
Cool. All right. Well, then don't worry about it.
Okay.
Do you want it? I can take it if not.
No. I would like to keep it as a keepsake of my impressive victory against the giant spider.
Okay, you take that. We'll take the gold. And what's this map? It looks like a mining map.
Yeah, you should probably mine stuff.
So he takes it and looks at it and does a natural 20 worth of investigation on it.
This can't be accurate. When we create new shafts, we'll create these maps that will show everyone where to go. But this one can't be true. It's far deeper than any of us have ever gone. It's against the law and not safe. It can't be true, but it shows us where we could go if we wanted to look for that shaft.
Yeah, let's go there. I bet they've got some cool shit down there.
Dagan, like, just suddenly remembers that he's got a giant booger in his nose. And then, while picking that, remembers, oh yeah, there was the thing I pulled out of the thing. And he opens his pouch and looks at whatever that thing was.
Okay. You pull it out of your pack. It is, even to the naked eye, is a very faint glow. Crystal. It sits in the palm of your hand pretty comfortably, so like maybe the size of a pocket watch. It has 4 different colors: red, yellow, blue, and green.
You probably don't need that.
And the magical fairy comes, waves her wand, and whoosh, the audio's different.
Color spray, killer.
That's right.
We sound different to the sound engineer and literally no one else.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way anyone is going to know that.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, okay, so Runnis turns to you guys and says,
That healing spell I used on Kaylee finished all of my spell slots, so I'm gonna have to pray for about an hour.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I feel like that's actually not a bad thing, because I could definitely use a little meditation session here.
and Skankra, to be fair, you may not be keeping track of however many spell slots you have,
Which is kind of bullshit, I feel like.
but you're empty. So
You don't know.
you're going to have to sit quietly and read through your spell books for about an hour.
Well, is anybody hungry?
I could always eat.
I could eat.
Because I don't know if you remember from the first episode, but I'm an amazing chef.
You've never mentioned that, and you've said all kinds of things that aren't true, even, so...
And you're probably gonna get a shitload of hair in it, too, so that can't taste very good.
No, I will get no hair in it.
You look really creepy with that grubby little face, but the hair's everywhere.
You should definitely take a bath first, I feel like.
I can't wait to see what you come up with, especially because we don't have any food on us, and all we have around us are dead spiders. So, some sort of spider souffle, or?
Look, I am a good enough chef. I'm gonna saute some spiders to some crispy shell, and then make a nice ragu out of the rotting dwarf.
Oh, God.
Gross.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a rotting dwarf tartare, I think.
Super gross. Well, before you tear apart the spiders, there's one thing I have to do.
And she pulls out a shiny metal syringe with a very fine needle at the end and a glass vial. She walks over to Gogara and pulls open her jaws and finds a sack at the back of her throat and sticks the needle in and pulls the plunger out and fills it with this purplish liquid and then sprays it into her glass vial and then continues to do that till the vial is full and then puts a rubber stop on the vial.
Oh, that can be some excellent seasoning.
I suppose, but it's actually poison, and it works so well on us, I figured why not take some of it and might come in handy someday.
I mean, I guess you could probably, like, put it all over the dagger and stuff. Maybe you could give me some, too.
That's a good idea, except for I noticed that the spiders administered it by injecting it into people. So usually with poisons, I mean, not that I know anything about poisons because they're mean, is that if it needs to be injected, it usually means that it evaporates.
Injected?
Sorry, average intelligence, so you might have to just...
Oh.
The watery part doesn't work.
Yes, it has to be placed under the skin somehow.
Well,
The skin is the outside of you.
I mean,
Okay, well, look, we could spend an hour trying to explain evaporation in 2-year-old terms, or we can just take her word for it.
Super. Well, Dagan, honestly, you can stick your dagger in that poison sack all you want. Go for it.
okay.
All right, so yeah, Dagan does that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he definitely, he wants to actually carve out the poison sacks.
Okay.
And just, like, put them in a bag or something.
So you have a sticky, dripping bag filled with purplish ichor.
If only I had a brain pocket.
That's right. Even though you recognize what that syringe is, it's something that is very uncommon. You might have seen one in a hospital somewhere, but it's pretty rare. And clearly that's the thing that she stole and didn't want to show people.
Ah,
She has a problem.
gotcha.
Okay, so Skankra, you want to cook, and Dagon, you want to meditate?
Yeah, I'm gonna cook.
Yep. Totally gonna meditate, and then I'm like definitely gonna use a couple hit die, I think.
Sure. So Skankra, are you able to make fire?
Because I could do it if you can't. I have a flint and steel, and I haven't used it ever since Girl Scouts.
Yeah, I think you should probably do that because I'm too busy with the prep work on this delicious meal.
Super. Well, I don't have any spells to recover, so I can be your assistant. Hooray!
Great, you can be my sous chef.
You mean the sous chef?
She runs around. It's kind of hard to find things that'll burn in the middle of a drippy cave filled with spider carcasses and slime on the ground and everything, but she manages. Next thing you know, she has a relatively decent campfire in the middle of your area.
Wow, which is unnecessary because I'm going to prepare the spiders sort of like a sea urchin. I'm going to do some uni. So I'll flip the spiders upside down, hollow out the insides, and then take their little bits inside and can eat them raw.
So as gross as that sounds, for some completely inexplicable reason, Skankra puts together a dish out of the dripping carcasses of the spiders
And the dwarf. Don't forget the dwarf.
and the bits of the gooey, horrible dwarf that we don't even want to think about. And yet you are starving. It smells so amazing. You've never even considered eating before.
Jesus, we're really doing the cannibalism thing?
Well, it's only half cannibalism for you,
That's true.
and nothing to Skankra.
I mean,
Look, we as living things have a long history of eating lower species.
Dagon's just gonna pretend like he didn't hear that, and while he's meditating, just pretend like he didn't see the nasty horror show that is Keith making food.
Okay, so Skankra, let's say that it's going to take a certain amount of time for it to coagulate properly, I suppose.
But marinate, really, because I have to marinate the spider bits in the dwarf goo.
So as your brain is spinning with this inspiration that is guiding every move you make and expressing your genius in the palette of food, Dagon, you close your eyes.
Sleepy dwarf.
As you close your eyes and your breath slows, your hearing fades to a distant white noise. Your visual pinpoint of focus dims, and you entered that standard feeling of weightlessness. As you are sinking into a deeper level of consciousness, there's a sudden flash of white light, and before you appears a six-sided crystal. It slowly spins and sparkles in the light, and your world is reflected in the color of whichever side is facing you as it slowly turns. From blue to red to yellow to blue to green to red, and then back again. Blue, red, yellow, blue, green, red.
I mean, it's kind of like Skanky's color spray, but slower and prettier.
Exactly. You sense a potential energy coming through in waves, but you have no idea of how to harness this energy or what the purpose is. So, Dagon, go ahead and roll a 20 and add or subtract your intelligence.
It's just a straight roll because you know why? It's average intelligence. Oh, Jesus, Murphy.
We need average intelligence t-shirts.
I think it's the thing. Gonna be.
Yeah, those are very pretty lights that happen, is what's going on.
What'd you get?
That'll be a 2.
Oh, yeah. The crystal fades before your eyes, and you can see white glowing strands appear by the billions, some near and some in very far distances, and they're all twisting and connected in completely unfathomable ways. They appear to go on forever, disappearing in the far distance in every direction. To the left, to the right, above you, below you, behind you. You feel a gentle pull in your navel area,
I don't want to see that.
and your vision flashes, and you are moving at an immeasurable speed, following along one of these white strands. You eventually come to a gentle stop at a section of strand that splits in two and heads off in opposite directions, and you hover in that one area. So go ahead and roll another 20 and add or subtract your intelligence.
Yeah. 13?
Okay, so in front of you appears an image. You see a monk sitting in a lotus position, clearly in a studio, very similar to your monk box at home.
Is that my master?
No, it's not a monk you recognize.
Oh.
He is focusing, and you see him reach into a patch of sunlight that is cast upon the wall. And as he reaches towards it, you see his arm disappear into the light as if it's pushing through the wall. It disappears.
What?
And a fraction of a second later, you see his arm emerge from across the room, sticking out of another patch of light.
Is that the same arm?
Same arm. And then he pulls his hand back, and his hand retreats from the other patch and appears back in his hand. And all around the image, you see monk runes, and you recognize them as basic instructions in monk text that you can understand some of them, but you get the overall sense that the instructions are incomplete. But the instructions are, for example, focus on your chi and use the upper green chakra and all kinds of specific focus and concentration instructions that you recognize from monk training.
And I definitely know all of those things and moves, and I know exactly what to do because, you know, I'm a monk.
Right. So you at least understand what the instructions are telling you.
Yeah.
But you don't really understand exactly what you're supposed to do. But you have a basic shape of the idea.
Yeah, well, that's very interesting. Dagon's gonna definitely try to start following those instructions as closely as possible.
And right as you wrap your head around those instructions and kind of grasp the concept, the image disappears and you are pulled backwards. The sound returns to normal. You hear the sound of goop coagulating in the corner, and you are back in your meditation position with your head kind of spinning because you've never experienced that before while meditating.
Goopy coagulant, tasty.
I'm glad you got so much out of that amazing journey.
Yes, that is the summation of what Dagon's mind is.
The problem was the instructions were written. They should have given you like the kids menu version.
I can read!
Just like point to the picture, like, oh, it's a duck.
What does a duck sound make? Wait, what the fuck do you say that? God damn it.
Wait.
What sound does a duck make? Yes, did it.
The cat says moo.
I'd like to point out that not Dagon, but Scott just rolled a 2 on what sound does a duck make.
Yep, definitely did. Hey, shut up, you. I woke up at like 3 a.m.
So in the far corner, you can hear the rumbling sound of Runnus praying.
To the All-Father, or All-Mother if you prefer, who may, or may not, probably not, watch over us, guide us in our noble quest, or ignore us like you always do. Help me stay on the path of purity, or leave it all up to me like you always do.
That's the most passive-aggressive prayer I've ever seen.
May the weak be protected, only to be crushed under the boots of the mighty. May the blind be guided, probably guided over the edge of a bottomless pit. May the ignorant be enlightened, more likely given positions of great power over all the rest of us.
You might have hope, dork.
And may I return whole once again into your loving light, where I'll probably develop precancerous melanoma and a permanent headache. Amen.
That's a thing of beauty. Love it.
Yeah.
He stands up and he says,
Something smells good, actually. What is that?
Well, I'm a genius chef. Like, Gordon Ramsay wishes he were me.
Losing my appetite.
I would have not believed you, but I smell something amazing. May I have some, please?
Well, of course. My genius is for the world to enjoy.
how do you serve this? Is it you just reach in and eat it, or do you take segments of the horrible body pieces?
Well, ideally, this would be done with chopsticks, but I feel like Golgara would have leg hairs long enough that I could approximate chopsticks out of them.
Easy, yes.
Yes.
Everyone breaks off a couple leg hairs, and next thing you know, they are chowing down and just eating and eating and eating. It's so amazingly good that you just don't ever feel full until, of course, you're over full.
Oh, Oh my god, what the hell is this crap?
Yeah, well, it's an aged dwarf spider.
Don't tell me. Actually, I don't just stop talking. I'm gonna just eat this.
Skankra, can't you say it in French so nobody knows what it actually is? Which is like rotten pig brain or something, but at least it's in French, right?
Right, exactly.
So immediately, anybody who's wounded is healed to 100%.
Yeah.
As well as everybody now has 10 temporary hit points.
Holy shit. I'm a god.
Just in case you don't know what that means, as you get wounded, you take away from those 10 first, and once they're gone forever, but they'll suck up the first 10 points of damage, which Skankra for you will be the next 3 or 4 minutes, I assume.
Not only am I a god of cooking, I'm immortal.
And then finally, everybody roll a d6.
3, baby, 3.
Okay?
1.
1.
God damn it.
Skankra, you have gained a permanent +1 to your constitution.
No shit.
Dagon, you have a +1 to your strength.
Ooh, nice.
Kaylee has a +1 strength. And Runnis gets a +1 to his intelligence.
That was simply the most amazing experience that I've had with food ever, and it almost makes me question my attitude towards life, but not really.
The world is welcome for my profound genius.
Maybe you're not as bad as I thought.
No.
Which I have a hard time wrapping my head around, frankly.
No, he's definitely as bad as you think.
I would say that my abilities were given to me by God, but I feel like they're so good, maybe I'm just God itself.
Yeah.
One thing that's always true is all the best cooks in the world are very temperamental, so maybe that's Skankra the whole thing.
Maybe he just poured his hate all into the food and it somehow reversed the effect of nasty.
No, Dwark, I want you to understand. I don't hate you, I pity you.
Yeah.
And an hour passes, so everyone gets their spell slots back.
Yeah.
Which I know Skankra's been carefully marking off every time he casts a spell.
My infinite amount of spells?
Yes, exactly. And also, like, whatever spell you want from the entire spell book without keeping track of what spells you actually know.
And I've been getting away with it. Doesn't that make me a genius?
Yes.
Yeah. At some point, maybe I'll start keeping track of that, but because I know you won't. But for now, I guess we'll go with it, especially until you start being super competent. Like, if you start dominating, then we've got to actually pay attention to rules.
Oh, I wouldn't be holding your breath for that.
Okay, wow, that is by far the most restful hour I've ever experienced. I feel great.
You guys, I had a pretty crazy thing too happen to me while I was meditating.
And I tell him about the crystal thing.
How would you be able to describe it to us if you didn't understand what happened?
Well,
Could Dagon please describe that? Because I would love to hear how he would phrase that.
Yeah, me too. Oh, tell us the tale.
it was the craziest thing, you see. I normally just slow down my breathing, but then, and I go into this quiet Zen space, but then a flash of white happened, and there was like one of those other monk people from the monk box, and then there was like this crazy crystal thing that was like a lot of colors, like Skanky's color spray, but prettier and slower, and then there was like a bunch of lines going from that crystal everywhere. And then, like, the monk dude was putting his hand through one of the lines or something. I don't know, but then his hand was over somewhere else.
So, since we've now gone 2 hours, do I get more hit points or something?
Right.
And then, there was like a bunch of instructions or something. I don't know, there's like writing. Seemed like something that I remember a little bit about, some kind of like focus on the green chi thing.
Can I eat one of the poison sacks now?
Yeah, it's actually right here. Maybe you could make your next dish with it. Get a nice tea or something.
That sounds super confusing and convoluted and kind of rambled off at the end there, but super interesting. I'm glad you're having good dreams. Does anyone remember why we came out here in the first place?
Yeah, let's go beat up some stupid racists.
Hooray!
I was trying to steal something.
We were going to go see a rally.
Oh, right.
And see if we could find Thungren.
Oh, Thungren! Oh, I remember him.
That's right.
Whatever happened to him?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Oh, I don't know if I care that much.
Oh, no, Thungren's the man, we definitely gotta go find him.
Gotta go lift some more weights,
Yeah, all I can think about is the powerful musk that was flowing through the air, and I just miss it. It's such a strong memory.
Once you imprint on someone's musk, there's no going back.
Ew.
It shouldn't be too much farther once we get out of this horrible spider-riddled cave.
Yeah.
So you make your way out. There are a number of tunnels all headed in different directions, but it's fairly clear which one is the main tunnel. And so you follow that until you get to the mouth of the cave, which leads into this trashy area. It's not the trash-a-lanch area. There's no path that has been wiped out by someone's careless rummaging. But it's definitely related to that cave system because it's filled with garbage.
Dagan looks for something shiny to pull out.
Color spray!
Hands to yourself, Dagan. It's not safe. Didn't you learn anything from last time?
Fine.
So I just stealth up wherever we're going.
I think you should charge, Dwark.
Shut up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna move quietly, and if other people would like to do that too, seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that.
I'm gonna roll animal handling.
What animal are you handling?
I don't know, he's a lower species with average intelligence. I mean...
Oh, God. Can Scott roll a melee attack against Keith? That's what I want to know. Across the internets.
Okay, so Dagan, how'd you do?
Oh, you're too busy fighting to actually roll the dice?
I was. 19. So.
Oh, sweet.
You know.
Okay. Kaylee and Dagan head off into the front, and they're both silent as the wind in the middle of the night. I'm assuming Skankrod did something different?
Yeah. Book of Random.
I wrote the first one of the episode.
Of course.
We have a really shocking amount of ones.
Yeah.
Listening to the episodes, I'm baffled by how many we actually hit. We're just that bad at this. What amazing thing happens while I just try to be quiet and handle animals?
Skankrod, you point your finger at Dagan. You have no chance of handling him. You're not ready for Destiny. But you still try to, oh, who's a good boy? Come here, you could do it. And suddenly in your ears, there's this horrible ringing sound, this vibrating, pounding, yeah sound. Next thing you know, you can't hear anything. You see people's mouths moving and you see the world go by, but you can't hear a single thing.
Nice. Oh, thank God.
Wait,
Nice, thank God!
shut up, Skanky. I can hear you. Stop yelling.
So Dagan the animal has turned back at you and is mouthing something at you, but you have no idea what's going on.
It worked. I was trying to make him be quiet. I'm a genius.
So yeah, Skankrod's deaf.
And hairless. Don't forget hairless.
Yeah, deaf and hairless.
Great.
It's gonna help me be quiet.
So what do you guys do?
So we're being really quiet, right?
What the hell is wrong with Skanky, you guys?
I'm sort of confused myself. He pointed a finger at you, talked to you like you were some sort of cat, and then started yelling. I think he's gone crazy.
Well, yeah, exactly. Maybe we should hit him in the head with a blunt object.
Skankrod, you're not hearing any of this?
I could always inject him with the spider venom, and then we could carry him where we're going.
Actually, that's the best idea we've had so far. Let's totally do that. I'll distract him.
We're off to a great start.
It's a gamble for your life. If you're facing death by dragon breath, it's a gamble for your life. You'll need a saving throw, saving throw, saving throw. You'll know a saving throw.
Would you like to spice up your life? Do you wish you could impress friends in romantic conquests with your world-class cooking skills? Sometimes it just takes some seasoning and instructions from a true culinary genius. Learn to cook from the master. Legendary Chef Skankrod Jr. 5 will take you through the steps between discovering fresh and not-so-fresh ingredients and the fine dining experience you expect and deserve. sous vide dwarf meat in root vegetables, kraken tartare with pickled cabbage and musk, and of course, his legendary spider uni in chilled dwarf reduction. Time Out Underhaven said his food made me dream of the end times. The Michelin Guide said probably not lethal. Zagat raved, saying it's the perfect food to feed friends you wish were enemies. Pour yourself a nice glass of quad wuggum and step into the kitchen with Skankra at Skankra's Cooking Masterclass. Skankra not scheduled to appear. Please make payments in advance.
If you hit the ground in a single round, it's a gamble for your life.
I'll keep the needle in hand just in case. How's that?
Yeah.
If he starts being loud, then we'll do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You should probably inject all of it all at once.
No, I'm pretty sure that would be like a permanent solution to a temporary problem sort of thing.
Am I really a temporary problem?
Oh, God. Anyway, Dagon rolled a 19 for stealth, so...
All right, and she got a very high stealth. So you guys are silently moving forward.
I got a 4 for stealth.
Minus 10 for being deaf. Runnus is holding your arm and guiding you through the path. I guess he's assuming that your brain is scrambled as well. And you are knocking into the trash and causing echoing footsteps. And
Kaylee, maybe we should just get up a little further ahead, you know?
yeah, you two have outdistanced them. And funny, you can tell where they are right behind you. You haven't really lost contact because the sound is echoing through the cave. But you make your way out. The trash starts to thin a bit, and you see more stalactites and stalagmites. There's an actual stream that's pouring through your path that you have to kind of wade through a little bit. You see, what is that? Phosphorescent mushrooms.
You know, I could saute those.
Oh, bioluminescent mushrooms, yeah.
Thank you. Yes, bioluminescent mushrooms. And they're filling the cave with sort of greens and purples. That's actually quite pretty. And in the distance, you can hear indistinct rumbling voices. It sounds like people talking and mumbling about rumble, rumble.
Hubbub, hubbub.
Skankra, you hear
I can dance to it.
unbroken, high-pitched whine ever since you pointed at Dagon, yes. So what do you guys want to do?
Attack.
Maybe we can find a place that we can get up close but not be seen and, like, hide somewhere and listen to what they're saying.
I charge forward into the group saying, I'm super racist. I'm super racist. Make America great again.
Skankra, you don't hear any of this rumbling anyway. For all you know, we're just holding still for no reason.
But I was going to say that regardless.
If he tries to run by us and do anything stupid, get him.
Okay, super. Because when he's helpful, he's really helpful. Like when he cooked a meal just now.
I know that was weirdly good, and I'm still distrustful of it. I feel like maybe tomorrow that's gonna be a nightmare.
Come to think of it, I think that was the only time he's ever been helpful, but it was a good try.
I killed every person in a city in episode 2.
Yeah, but was that helpful? Like, was it well-meaning?
Those are two very different questions.
Okay, so Dagon and Kaylee both crawl up relatively close and are able to get behind a stalagmite. And you can actually see the group that's in this large cavern. There's a bonfire burning merrily in the center, a couple anvils around the bonfire, and there's a number of dwarves in black cloaks. Hoods pulled up over their faces, basically eye holes, and everything they're wearing is black. And you can see occasionally a gray eye symbol either painted on the back of the cloak or maybe hanging from a belt or something like that. So these are your guys.
Okay.
I think we should start a stalag fight.
That's actually pretty good. Shit.
So Dagon is definitely going to, like, just take off his sandals real quietly so that he can then use his toes and his fingers to try and count how many people are in the room. There's only 20.
That's right.
That's as high as the number table goes.
20 and more 20.
Oh, there's 21.
Oh man, I see what you did there, Scarecrow.
Yeah, I would say there's about 50 figures.
We can take them.
They all appear to be dwarf-sized. I'm sure you're not shocked to hear that. There's a clump behind you, and Runnis comes up in his full plate.
What do you guys see? Oh, those are dwarves. We should be quiet, don't you think?
Yes.
Nobody notices him, and he does have Skankra in hand. Skankra, you are also able to see everything that's going on. You just can't hear anything.
Kaylee, get ready with that syringe.
You hear chanting in Dwarven, and you see a couple blacksmiths pulling a piece of metal out of the flames and hammering it.
Does it look like Skanky's metal?
To your eyes, anyway, it looks like standard red-hot iron being pulled in and out. There's nothing that really looks that unusual. Okay, so chanting, hammering, the figure in the center. We will send all outsiders back to the surface where they will shrivel in the sun. Yes, we shall run forever. We will no longer be taken advantage of by the Umuri money counters. Yes, let us run forever. Down with Bommel the Weak. By the way, Bommel is the king of dwarfs, and Runnis does another little gasp. He shall fall, and a new world of blood purity will rise. By the way, I would like to thank the wife of Grommel over there for sewing these wonderful hoods. We appreciate all the time and effort that she put into that. We really appreciate it. So everyone take a moment and thank her.
That's very polite.
Is that leader like by the fire?
Yes, he's right by the fire.
Like a big fire?
Big fire, yes.
Ooh, I see what you're saying.
I could just like run up behind him and then get on my knees and forward. Somebody push him over into the fire.
You mean lay down behind him and someone else push forward?
Yeah, we'll tabletop him.
I suppose we could do that, but there's like 50 other guys right there, ready to stab us and hack us to tiny bits.
You mean 20 plus more?
Yeah, there's only 20. No matter what the odds are, you're always positive.
I mean, it's 20 to 1. I feel like I can do that.
As you guys are pondering your next move, a hunched figure steps forward and pushes the main figure back a little bit. He's definitely hunched over. You see that this figure is smaller and kind of more shriveled, and there are no eye holes in his mask. It's just a pure black cowl over his face. And painted on the forehead is the same eye symbol that you saw everywhere else, but it's white. It's startlingly white, whereas all the others were gray. And you hear some of the other dwarves just whispering, and you're like, Armstrong. And the wizened old voice comes out. Let me see if I can get this right. Some of you may have... No, that's Golgara. Damn it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's Golgara.
Some of you may have heard of the glorious attack against the Topsiders. Our brave warriors were barely turned back only by a betrayal and cowardice of the Mud People, as you know.
With me, I killed them all.
Now is the time to act. We must rise up and strike against the Umuri scum once and for all. Those who fall in the service of purity will awake in the halls of Abathar to feast forever by his side. For freedom, for purity, who is with me?
And there's deafening silence after he speaks, and you can hear some of the other dwarves kind of coughing and milling about and each looking at each other. We was thinking something more along the lines of a pamphlet. Maybe a protest march, assuming we can get all the permits in line, you know.
Maybe a bake sale?
Are you nuts? Attacking the surface would give Bommel's guard the excuse that they've been looking for to destroy us all completely.
And the old figure waves his hand.
You're useless cowards.
false beards, rotten bloods. And he shoves past them and storms off. And the main dwarf comes up and goes, down with Bommel the Capitulator. Yes, Edatron. Raise the tax on human intruders. Yes, Edatron forever. We need a gate. Yes, Edatron forever. Okay, boys, let's close this meeting with a traditional song of dwarven pride and heritage. All ready? Hi-ho, hi-ho.
That's what we're gonna do.
It's off to work we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho. Don't forget to get your parking validated on the way out, all right? All right, so it kind of starts dispersing. Someone packs up the anvils, and everyone's just kind of clearing out. Do you guys want to attack the host before they go, or do you want to let them wander away?
Well, I think maybe that we should follow that really creepy old man. He seems to be like the one that's the baddest of all the ones. The other ones just kind of seem lazy racist.
Okay, super. Yeah, well, that makes total sense. The rest of them, boy, they don't seem that effective, really. I mean, not that I want super effective racist bad guys, but they're kind of cute, really, sort of. So let's all roll and see if we can spot the creepy old guy.
Yeah. Let's see the creepy old guy.
I ain't rolling shit. I can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll animal handling.
I'm gonna do investigation.
I got a 19.
Sweet.
And I'm a +1, so that's 20.
But 18.
Okay.
I handle him to perceive where the old guy is.
That's right. Well done.
Good job finding the guy. Way to find that guy. Do you see him? Go get him. Go get him.
Do you want a treat? This creepy, staggering old guy with a very tall cane. And you noticed him because he just looked different and everyone else was sort of the same. And he headed off down a tunnel, and it's the complete opposite direction that everybody else in this meeting are going. Everyone else is going back towards the dwarven slum area that you started off at. So the old man's going in the complete opposite direction.
So, maybe we should just wait till everybody's gone and then quickly try to find that old man?
Sounds like a good idea because I don't think we could take all these guys.
Yeah.
There's got to be 20 of them at least.
21.
There's 21. Yeah.
21.
So Skankra, your ears start to clear, the high-pitched tone is slowly receding, and you can hear faint noises, and then as you're waiting for everyone else to leave, you can actually hear normally again.
You are finally able to get the great wisdom of my mouth talking.
None of that sounds good.
Mouth wisdom.
Mouth wisdom.
Yes.
Man, if only we could, I don't know, see his footprints more easily somehow.
Oh, right. Yeah. Dwark, see if you can find his footprints.
Animal handling again?
No, all right. I'll take out my spanner. Let's go. Let's find the dude.
Ay.
So looking through the red lens, you're able to see a huge amount of footprints, but once you get to the far end of the cavern, it's really easy to see a set of footprints cooling off in a direction down the path.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I did notice that those footprints are going down the shaft that happens to match on this mining map.
Ooh, the back shaft. Back shaft. Back shaft.
Yes, we're in back shaft, but now it's the deepest, darkest part of back shaft.
Oh, no.
Known as the champagne room.
We're going deeper into the back shaft.
That sounds like an 80s metal song.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Let's dive into the back shaft.
It's okay. What are we doing? Are we going quiet? Are we charging? What do we want to do?
Charge.
No, definitely gonna stealth into it now.
Gonna monk into it. Monking around.
All right, well, I'll let the idiots go ahead of me, and I will roll moderate stealth.
Okay.
And I got a 7 at moderate stealth.
Oh, that's not so good. I'll show you how to be quiet.
And she falls flat on her face and takes 3 points of damage. and twists her ankle, and now she has a -2 to stealth until she heals.
Oh my.
Shit.
That didn't go well.
She is the most mistake-prone character I have ever seen in my life, and I'm hairless and deaf.
Oh, yes.
I call that my oopsie poopsie. Oopsie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that made a lot of noise, especially the crying part, and you actually hear the sounds change farther down the shaft as if somebody had stopped walking and is looking around, and then you hear running.
Charge! Charge!
Definitely.
Dagon goes full 70.
Okay, so Kaylee's gonna take a round to recover. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Ooh, 16.
15.
Wait, do I get a plus something on initiative?
How are we on episode 6 where you don't know that shit?
Because I don't care.
So Runnis actually goes before all you,
You guys are slow pokes.
and he goes charging down the alleyway.
The back shaft.
Yeah, back shaft. Sorry, champagne room. Okay, I'm ready.
What's this champagne room? Or do I not want to know?
You're not old enough to know what the champagne room is.
Okay.
It's like the balcony at Studio 54. They had to put plastic over the seats and floor, so it was easier to hose down. It's now a Broadway theater. You can go see Kiss Me Kate in that same balcony.
It's like a guar show if it were in a strip club.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds gross.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
So he goes charging down. His hammer is glowing this super bright white light.
I'm pretty sure I disagree with your ethics.
So then it is Skankra, your turn.
Oh, I don't have like a fly spell, huh?
Oh yeah, you could just look it in the back of the book, Keith. There's like tons and tons of spells that you could choose from as a second level wizard.
Teleport. That's the level 1 spell, right?
Yeah. There's teleport. There's definitely fly. There's expeditious retreat, which can allow you to run at double speed.
Summon dragon.
Yeah.
Summon angel.
You should just use the wish spell and wish that you were there.
Great.
So I'm hearing running is what I'm hearing.
I feel like running is my best bet at this point.
Excellent. So you zip forward, unencumbered by armor and other protective things, and then Dagon, your turn.
So Dagon, like,
Oh, Kaylee, you're gonna be able to handle that ankle thing, or
Oh yeah, sir, it's fine. Go, go, go.
okay.
and then just casually blows right past Skankra and Runnis and immediately gets to the front of the pack, cause 70.
Look, we already know you have a 70 IQ. How fast can you run?
You blow past, you actually take a corner in the tunnel, and you can see the distant figure turning, and he's holding a torch now, and he touches the torch to something along the wall, and there's a brighter light, like maybe he lit 3 or 4 more torches, and 3 figures step forward from the side walls, and they step into the path, and they raise rather large shields, and they block the path area.
It looks like a wall, but Dagon's gonna make it a door. Goosh!
Now, Kaylee picks herself up off the ground and follows after you. She's away for a round. Skankra, your turn. You can now see the 3 dwarves with giant shields standing in your way.
Check this shit out. Thunder wave.
Now, is this something that you, number 1, can do?
Definitely not.
And number 2, have prepared?
no.
I do, actually. It's a first level spell. It's a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must take a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you.
All right, I'll buy it.
So, boom, motherfucker!
Yeah, so Dagon's Constitution save is...
All right. Awesome. Even better. And look, if you fail it, I push you 10 feet closer to them.
There you go.
What's your Constitution save?
13.
Yeah, fail.
Nice.
Okay.
Good old-fashioned fail.
Okay, Runnis is okay. 2 of the shield dwarves are okay, but 1 of them fails. So what happens to that one and Dagon?
Dagon takes 7 points.
Oh, Jesus.
And, that dude takes 13.
Why?
And is pushed back 10 feet.
So he gets blasted. The shield goes flying out of his hands. He slides back 10 feet, still on his feet, but is definitely shook.
I was effective. I shook you up. Skankra did something first.
Yay!
So Dagon, remember the temporary hit points.
Yep. But they're just temporary hit points. Whatever.
Kaylee's running. Dagon, your turn.
So, what about the old man? Can I see him behind?
No, he's disappeared down the alley. Why do I keep saying alley? The
Back shaft.
Yeah, the shaft. The quivering, dripping shaft.
Oh, God.
Every episode, I vomit in my mouth.
That's exactly the feel we're going for, I think.
That should be the review on iTunes.
So he just made a hole in that wall, right?
I sure did. You're welcome.
Is like the guy fall prone or something?
No, he's on his feet, but he's 10 feet back, so you could jump in there. They are going to get chances to hit you as you go by.
That's okay. I don't mind.
I'm going to spend a key point, and what it will do is it gives me Step of the Wind, which is...
That's the sound a duck makes.
What duck make sound?
This is the dog.
So it's basically a dash or disengage action, but it counts as a bonus action, I think?
Just look in the back of the book. Just make up whatever you want.
Alright, you can spend a key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn. And my jump distance is doubled for the turn.
This is really exciting, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really too bad we edit, because we really want to just marinate in this.
I'm just gonna try to blow by these guys and not even try to fight them.
Do they get a chance to hit you?
I suppose.
So yes, okay. So you become a blur of movement, and they both try to hit you, with one with an axe and the other with a giant hammer. I assume an 11 won't hit you.
Nope.
Okay. And the axe does a beautiful overarm swing, just comes crashing down on the back of the head of his friend.
Yes!
And does a lot of damage.
You know, the good thing about us is that our incompetence is contagious.
Yeah.
It sure is.
That hurt a lot! Just like a really high accident rate everywhere we go.
So Dagon, you blow also past the dwarf who was shaken and far back. You do see the old dwarf, but he's far ahead and he's pulling at a door that's been built into the stone.
I am focused on running towards that guy and getting to him before he gets through the door.
And for some crazy reason, he's focused on not getting caught by this crazy half-orc, half-dwarf creature.
Yes, this blur of...
Accident machine.
Yes.
Okay, Runnus engages the dwarf who just maimed his friend, but the attack is deflected by the shield. Clunk. Then Kaylee is spending this round running.
Somehow I got behind, but I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. I'll help in just a second.
And Skankrod, your turn.
I'm gonna run past the guy. Let Idiot Boy take care of it.
Okay.
What do I have to roll?
Oh.
Nothing. You just have to take punishing attack with your mighty AC of 11.
Okay.
Brilliant plan. Hey, you're gonna do the floating disc and hope that they trip on it?
That would have worked if it weren't for my grease.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear the DM finding ways to make me not dead.
So,
That's just dumb. It's a dumb move.
well, it could have worked. So I'm assuming a 13 hits you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so...
I mean, I'm running really fast.
Yeah, oh, totally,
Yeah.
totally. So that's 4 points of damage.
Oh, nothing. Bring it.
And then will a natural 20 hit you?
No, actually, it's so funny it won't.
So that would be 19 points of damage.
Skankra the tank. Skankra the bald idiot magic user barbarian.
The dwarf with the axe rips it out of the back of the head of his friend and spins it and says, I think I'm going to do better this time, and does a beautiful downward swing right on top of your head.
Good night.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, everything goes black.
Skankra 5 didn't last that long.
Jesus.
He sure makes a mean gumbo, though.
He sure does.
Pure idiocy.
Dagon, your turn.
Thunderwave.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, you took 7 points of Dagon and then just killed yourself.
like a tank.
That feels worth it.
You guys, everybody out there listening, Keith is awesome to play D&D with.
Oh, I think they know at this point.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, he's the equivalent of remember that toy that you'd hook up to the hose that would spray water in random directions?
Yeah.
And you just run around trying to avoid it? That's exactly what he is in game.
Or basically just Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna die.
Yikes. Well, that could have worked out better. But, okay, the old man steps behind the door and closes it, and you hear a clunk as the door locks. And then the dwarf who got pushed back gathers himself, gets his weapon, starts headed in Dagon's direction. So he's coming up behind you. He can't attack you yet because you ran past him so far.
I can take him.
He looks at Skankraw's body, steps over it, and
Slips in the blood.
exactly. Ew, that doesn't look healthy. Then the two dwarves, one attacks towards Kaylee, hits Kaylee. Kaylee's not having a great session. 6 points of damage. And then the other one is deflected by Runnis's armor. Bang.
You know, Kaylee takes 6 points of damage. I take about 47.
Yeah.
All right, so I see that the door is closed. I turn around and see the guy coming at me, right?
Yep, coming at you with a battle axe.
I'm just gonna put on the brakes there and then use the knife to cut his face off.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
All right. Damn it, 14?
Nope. Sorry. You gouge a nice cut in his armor, but it doesn't make it to the gooey, fleshy innards.
All right, so then an unarmed elbow to his face is what I'm gonna do.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, that probably hit. 23?
Oh, yes. Once you hit the twa part, you hit.
5.
Excellent.
Damage.
Crack. Ah! Okay, so then the bad guys do their turn. The one facing Dagon doesn't get to attack because I said previously, and I'm screwing him over.
Nice.
Then Runnis lands his blow. There is a blue, bright glow as he strikes with the maul, and that dwarf drops. Boom.
You're welcome. I softened him up with Thunder Wave.
And the axe to the head didn't hurt either, or did hurt a lot.
But a little bit more because of the Thunder Wave.
Also, they were kind of grossed out by how much blood there's everywhere. And like this weird hairless grub that's just offed himself in front of them. They got intimidated. They're like, oh man, this party must be really strong because they can just afford to just immediately kill one of themselves.
Yeah, the expendable ones, send them in. Kaylee has one of her ever-changing moments of competence, and she disappears and appears right behind the remaining dwarf with the shield, and she gets him twice with her daggers, slash, and he also falls to the ground
You're welcome.
in a glorious spray of gore and horror.
Gorer.
The horror. So, Dagon, your turn.
Wouldn't be...
The old man has spent the round running even farther.
I thought he got behind a door and locked it.
He got behind the door, locked it, and it is now continuing to run away.
Yeah.
The door is a blockage. It's a blockage.
A blockage in your back shaft.
Oh my god.
Exactly. The back shaft has been blocked. And he's continuing to just run. The one remaining dwarf has no shield, and he's facing against you.
Okay, so he's gonna get knifed. Oh my god.
Boy, things go much faster without Skankra. Isn't that amazing?
Hey.
I already used all the inspirations.
You used them last episode to accomplish nothing.
Yeah.
In one move, right? That's right.
In one move, you used both inspirations and did nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's gonna miss a 13, right?
A total of 13? No, that doesn't.
So, fuck it. I'm going to do another key point to do Flurry of Blows, which means I'm gonna hit him with an elbow and then a knee.
Yay!
No, I'm not. But it's gonna be interesting.
Oh no, one of those?
Yeah. I'm like gonna throw an elbow at him, and then something's gonna happen.
Okay. Trying to think how this works.
Skankra is resurrected?
Yeah, that would be like the worst thing that would happen for Dagon.
So you do a mighty swing, but some really strange, inexplicable way, because you're just focusing so much on the attack, you lean over and your own knee hits you in the solar plexus. and suddenly you can't breathe and can't move for a round.
Awesome.
Great job, Dwark.
I completely wasted that second key point, too.
Oh, damn.
See, I was killed by other people. Unlike you and Kaylee. I'm the only one here who has taken damage from our adversaries.
Really not funny. It hurts so bad. I can't breathe.
I would like to point out that I did take damage from one of the bad guys. So, mostly my own, but a little bit of theirs.
So Runnis steps forward with his maul, totally hits, does a mighty crunching blow with blue sparks again, causing extra glorious God-given damage. The dwarf is standing, but just barely, as Kaylee steps up with her 2 daggers, misses once, hits the second time, does minimum damage, but just enough to drop the dwarf on the ground.
Crash. You're welcome.
Here's a question. How many death saves does Skankra actually have to roll right now? I feel like that was 3 rounds.
Oh, yeah. I get to do things too.
And if you were to roll a 1, for example, that's 2 automatic failures, so you could definitely just die for realsies.
Oh, no way. Hey, all right. I'm all charged up. Here we go. Double death save. 13, I'm alive. 5, I'm dead.
Oh, wow. I totally missed that Runnis had 2nd level spells. Okay, so he looks down and touches Skankra on the shoulder.
Oh.
You stole the diamond from a concubine of a wizard who could read your mind. You got nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. You stole the gold from the dwarven graves, then got yourself lost in the caves. You got nowhere to hide, nowhere to run.
Thanks for listening to Wisdom of One. If you enjoyed our particular brand of nonsense, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite podcasting service. We can be found online at wisdomofonepodcast.com and on Instagram and Facebook at Wisdom of One Podcast. You can email us at info@wisdomofonepodcast.com. Stay tuned for the next thrilling episode in which Dagon and Skankrock get into a petty squabble about nothing, ignore all of Sean's plot points, and most likely wind up dead.